This is Michael Hord. I'm the chair for CSTI. And next slide, please. So the CSTI is really committed to the data storage usage. And so we really focus on a variety of topics. And most of our activity is around educational webinars. Those are on Bright Talk. And but as Jay had mentioned that the SNIA is really moving into data and how important data is crucial to running the businesses. And so what we're doing is to help align with that, and just in terms of the cloud storage aspect, and specifically what's going on, whether it's on-prem, hybrid, or in actual cloud service providers. But it's really the usage. So we've been looking at topics like digital twins, security, and other things that I'll get into. Next slide, please. Okay, so we've had a very good year, a lot of great feedback from the audiences. And so we've had a lot of good response and good ratings for the webinars. So we've had distributed edge computing, David Slick with the cloud storage twig presented on simplified namespace management. As I mentioned, we had digital twins and deep learning models. We get into AI ops and things of that nature. We've got a lot of Q&A blogs that go along with that. And then what we've been doing quite a bit recently is working on promotion of the cloud storage twig. And the CDMI spec has been adopted and ratified. So we've been active in promoting that and then getting more webinars to support their activity. And I'm attending the cloud storage twig as well. So our focus for this year is to continue that activity. So just let's see, that was last week. We had a webinar on that promoted the Cloud Storage Twig face-to-face plug fest for cloud object storage. That's going to be co-located at SDC in September. And this is to promote the tribal knowledge as far as testing among vendors on best practice. And again, and we've been working with Arnold Jones. He was also presenting on that webinar last week. The Gregory Turetsky was the principal presenter, but it's going to be vendor neutral. We're seeking broad industry support. We did work very closely with the technical council, with Bill Martin and others, and just make sure that this is in alignment with SNIA and how we leverage some of the SMB plug fest that's been going on for quite a few years now. So we're leveraging that practice. And there's a survey right here that is being put out to industry vendors to call for contributors to that plug fest. So that's been published as well. Next slide, please. So last week we had some polls as part of the webinar. And so when we've asked, have you seen compatibility issues with your implementations? We had about 80 folks attending the webinar. And so 72% said yes. And then when we asked, are they interested to contribute or join the Plug Fest, we had just shy of 70% indicating they would be interested. So we feel like that's a fairly strong showing. Next slide. Okay, and then on a broader basis, we'll be doing some webinars on SAF, AI Ops, and then we're going to be reaching out to more cloud service providers. So that's the very large providers. and get more involvement and participation with them. So that's one of the activities for this year. And then we'll also deal with topics we've worked with quite a bit, like security. And then we're seeing probably a series on object storage compatibility, and that's to keep up the momentum as we head towards the Plug Fest in September. And then we've also been working with SOTA Foundation. That's part of the Linux Foundation. And so with that, we're looking at more synergy with a broader community. And Rochelle Alvarez has been helping us with that. She's the chair for the Alliance Committee. So we're working with her on that. And then down the road, we're interested to promote more industry standards collaboration, specifically with CDMI. Now, whether CDMI by itself right now, as it is, whether that would be the standard that we would gain more support from the community, we need to be open to a dialogue, but look at how we can leverage the current assets that SNIA has with CDMI, but then also look for input, how we might evolve and grow that capability over time. And that's to get more industry compliance for regulators, specifically in EU and other communities like California. And so we're looking at promoting that kind of dialogue in the next year. Next slide, please. And then this is just a brief overview of some of the folks that have contributed to our webinars over the past couple of years. And so we'll continue to promote the topics that are of interest and to get these folks contributing more. So next slide. Okay, so this, in summary, we're working to influence cloud storage thought leadership. And what I mentioned just now is in the area of cloud storage APIs and compatibility. So that's probably the key thing that we're working on. And I mentioned the cloud standards activity that kind of works together with that. And we're looking at more of the global industry and the needs for regulators and also just to help with the compatibility that Gregory had mentioned in his presentation last week, that there's notable issues. And so we want to, first of all, address that with the Plug Fest, but then also look at a broader initiative over time, how we might help the industry and promote standards. And so we welcome new members to join CSTI. And again, we're working very closely with the Cloud Storage Twig. And so we're looking at just promoting end user success and have a big impact with the industry, specifically with cloud storage. You can reach me here at this email address, and I want to thank Erin Farr for her great help, and we're working together very closely to make this a success.